Hi, this is Thirion from SSW, and today I'm going to show you a big problem that me and my clients are facing quite a lot when setting up a search for Teams and SharePoint. So here I'm on my internet homepage, and let's say I want to search for a document. I know the name. It's a specification review document that I've done for a client in the recent days. So if I go to in the top search over there and start typing Northwind spec review and just hit enter, as you can see, the first result that comes in is the document I'm looking for. It's a spec review document in the Northwind client Teams. So no problem so far. Let's try to do the same from Teams. So if I go to the top search and type the same thing, Northwind spec review, and hit enter, go to the Files tab, and here it is. Same document, same place. So far, so good. Now, let's jump in the perspective of another user. I've got this pages here prepared. As you can see, I'm not logged in as my main user. I'm logged in as a service account just for demonstration purposes. And let's do the same searches. So I can go Northwind spec review and hit enter. Look at the files, and here we go. I can find the file. Great. So no matter who I am, it seems that I have access to this file in SharePoint, and therefore from the search I can find it. Now the problem is, if I go to Teams with that same user and do the search again, Northwind spec review, hit enter, go to the Files tab, here we go. We find a few documents, but not the document I'm looking for. So why is that? Well, if I go to the different teams I'm a member of, and if I filter by Northwind, as you can see, I am not, with this user, part of the Northwind team. So because I'm not part of the Northwind team, Teams is filtering out those results, even though I have access to the document as demonstrated through the SharePoint search. Let's have a look at how this, the permissions are actually set up on that Northwind team. So if I go to the SharePoint interface, I can go to Site Permissions and go Advanced Site Permissions. And these are the SharePoint permissions set for this site. As you can see, I've got a number of groups that have been set up. They're SharePoint groups. The three top ones are out of the box. They're generated when you create that team. And the last one has been created manually. I created that because I wanted to give access to the service account I showed before to these specific files. So if I click on Northwind Special Permissions, it's this group. As you can see, there's one member, that's SharePoint SVC, and this guy has edit access on all the files on that SharePoint site. That's why going through the search, the SharePoint search, with that account, I can find the document. If I look at this client Northwind member, which is again a auto-generated group when we created the team, as you can see, I also added SharePoint SVC in there just to make sure that this guy has the exact same permissions as this Office 365 group that has been automatically generated. So let's see that again. I've got groups with permissions on my SharePoint site where this specification document lives. The Northwind members is the out-of-the-box one. And here are the memberships. You can see that we've got Northwind, that's the auto-generated Office 365 group. That's the one where all the members through the Teams interface are going. But alongside that, I've also added manually my account. So the permissions are exactly the same. The only difference between the two accounts that are seeing different results in this team search the only difference is that one account is a member of the team through the Teams interface, and the other one is not. And that's really, really a big problem because in large organizations, you probably want to tune or fine-tune the permissions on your SharePoint sites. So you don't necessarily want everybody to be a member of each teams. In our case, for instance, at SSW, we have a large number of client teams, and I'd love to be able to search for any file that I have access to through the Teams interface without being a member of those teams. Because, as we're all aware, when teams grow and grow and grow, then you have an endless list here, and that's really not convenient. So I hope Microsoft fixes this issue, which I consider really a bug, in the coming months. But I hope this was really helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Thirion signing off for SSW.